Hey everyone! Just before I head out on my on the group trip to Fanimation and the Fan Museum, I figured since I actually managed to come across this fan at Habitat Restore in my area, this this was just a big surprise and a great deal. I just had the big reaction when I was told there was a fan for me here at the Restore. And when I saw it, I just I just lost it because I've always wanted one of these as well. And there it was. I had both the Reece reaction of those that watch My Kid's Obsession that's seen the show. Reece got his Galaxy by Lasco, and he had just that shocking, just overjoyed to see it there. The fan he always wanted. Well, I kind of had that reaction too, or those of you that don't know him, on also from My Kid's Obsession, he had the same reaction. The kid named Logan into vacuums got his one Kirby. Remember, he got that. Those that watch that, in the end, he got that as his holy grail and had the same reaction, and just going off about that, saying I had the same exact reaction as both of those guys did. Both Reece and that kid Logan in My Kid's Obsession. So this was just, I just could not believe I found this fan, or this one was there for me. So yeah, I just love it, and I'm definitely gonna hang this one here in this room. I could definitely put it in the bedroom as well. So so yeah. Other than that, well, to start, here is low. And of course, I got the meter in place. Yeah, I just lost it when I saw this thing because I just could not believe there was just one there for me. These are hard to come by. And of course, this has a very nice low to it. Very slow. It's between aesthetic and functional. So yeah, you get a reasonable low. And it's drawing 0.27, 0.28 amps. So let's see how many watts it does. Well, you can call it 9.5, almost 10 watts. It's kind of flopping around. And let's see, the power factor on this is 0.3, so just over a quarter percent, 30% power factor. And power factor means how much of the current is using versus how much is going back into the circuit. So it's only using just over a quarter of that amount of current on low. So that's the power factor, 0.28. I'm going to go and bring it to medium. And one thing I was going to point out, I forgot to point out at the beginning, the lovelier pull chain. I think next time when I bring it up to high, I'm going to go right up to it to show you guys what I'm talking about. Lovelier pull chain. It's like a little toggle switch connected with a pull chain. And what's it drawing on medium? 0.5556. It flops. And it's like 53 watts. And okay, so closer to a power factor of 1, so just over 3/4 of a power factor on medium. So that's much better. It's actually more efficient when it uses what it says it's drawing. Okay, well, I'm going to take the camera up and show the lovelier pull chain as I pull it. Here's high. Okay. And it's drawing 1.05 amps. And of course, can never remember if these are So one thing I don't know if these are K63 or K55, either way. I know what that type of motor does airflow wise. Same as a Casablanca. So I'm going to do the watts. 98 watts. Very close to 100 watts. And still a power factor of just over 3/4. So not quite a power factor of 1, but almost. So it would be nice if it did. Most fans on high do get a power factor of 1, but this one has a little less than that. All right. Well, time for spin down. Now, I had to wait for it to be done spinning down before I can do reverse, because the reverse switch is on top the motor housing. From what I understand, that's how these are. But this is the earlier Emerson Premium. This would later be that, after Casablanca decided they would take the name away from Emerson, from what I remember being told about. They let Casablanca have the name, and I think they later called this the Emerson Premium. But this is definitely the Emerson Casablanca Classic, definitely the ornate version of it. There is a non-ornate, but this, I'm glad to have come across this. Alright. Alright, does this have a reverse? Hold on, let me just see. Throw the screwdriver down so I can get up there. This may not have a reverse. Nope. Unless, if reverse, it's not on the switch housing. Could it be on the bottom? Does not have reverse? This may not have reverse. Let's see it. I don't see reverse. This might be the K63, which I was told. Huh. Yes. I don't see reverse anywhere. I got up on top of the ladder just to see. There is, yeah, there's no reverse. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this might be an earlier one, because, yeah, this one does not have reverse on it. Looked on the other side of the switch housing. Okay, well, all right, well, on to the decade box then. It's still set to high. Here is 1. Is it not plugged in? Okay, well, let's see. I was making sure nothing came unplugged, so let's see that again. All right, let's see. 1, 2, starting 3. Okay, it's gonna start on 3. Okay, so 1 just didn't draw anything. Okay, so we got a very aesthetic. Meter's gone. It's not holding up. The mic stand there. Still in view. All right. 4. 5. Okay, so this is 5. So I'm thinking I'm gonna check with Dan to make sure this is in a K63. Probably is. I'll check with him. All right, here's 6. Okay, so 6 matches the factory low. 5 is a little bit slower, but I would still be fine with that. Here is 7. Could do a 8. All right. I could either do a 6, 8, 14. That depends on how this works on high medium with a 4 speed. So here is 9, 10, and here is 11. Okay, so 4, 7, 11 would work. 4 would just be too slow for a low. Here's 12. So 5 and 12 for a learning remote would be fine. Would definitely be for. Here is 13. All right, 5, 8, 13 would work. I'd still get good speeds. 14, 6, 8, 14. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and here is 20. Okay, so 8, 12, 20 would not exactly work because 20 with high medium is practically close to high. So if I hit the high switch, 1.05, so you're not far off from high. So, okay, I'm already right on the money with high. At 22, I'm sorry. And if I go 23, yep, I go over. All right, you go over, but at least any wall control is safe. Okay, well, now let's try the solid state variable speed control. See how noisy or quiet this is. All right. Well, it would work in here if I put this on a solid state here. Just not at home in my bedroom. That meter just won't stay. All right. All right, inched it up more. Up more. Yeah, it's getting a little noisy, at least for at home. This would not work on solid state for me. Quiets down when you get close to high. All right, here is high with the solid state control. All right. Okay. So it's a little under. And now the last test of 0 to high, and let's see where it see what the inrush current is. Okay, it just goes really no inrush that it shows. But of course, as I mentioned earlier, this gives off a lot of air, as a K63 or K55 would. But I like this one. This is definitely going to get hung in here at one point. I'm definitely hanging this. I got to. All right. Well, that's all I have for this Emerson Casablanca Classic ornate. So I'm going, like I said, I'm going on the Fanimation group trip. So yeah, I hope to see you guys then, and see some of you there. And I'll be back with more fans after the group trip. Thanks for watching and subscribe. See ya.